Django Fett on the job.
Hey guys, I'm Django Fett, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more. Finally here with a game review of Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number. So this is the sequel to the critically acclaimed Hotline Miami 1 game and an indie top-down shooter, and pretty much the same as Hotline Miami 1. And I highly recommend you check out my game review of Hotline Miami 1 and play the game if you haven't already. And be sure to check out the Hotline Miami 2 digital comic free on Steam. It comprises 5 issues, only like 5 pages each. It's really short, so it really sets up events from Hotline Miami 1 to Hotline Miami 2. So it's pretty much the prequel to Hotline Miami 2. So Hotline Miami 2 is set 2 years after the events of Hotline Miami 1, but well, here's the thing. The game rewinds and fast forwards to events in Hotline Miami 1 and before Hotline Miami 1. It goes all over the place. Instead of controlling 1 or 2 characters, like in Hotline Miami 1, you can control up to 8 to 10 characters with their different perspectives. You control the fans, who are infatuated with what Jacket did in Hotline Miami 1, want to replicate that in their own group and show the villains who's boss. Then we got a pig murderer who fakes murders for a TV show, or are the murders real? Also, there is a detective who is hunting down the fans, an elite soldier who kills Russians in a tropical jungle. I won't spoil who he is, he's pretty cool. And there are just a ton of more characters that I won't even get to. And all these characters all have different abilities and feel different compared to Hotline Miami 1. And in Hotline Miami 1, you just wear different masks, and it didn't feel very different in the gameplay. It didn't like change the aspect of the gameplay too much. And the main attraction for this game are the fans. There's 4 you can choose from. Tony, where you kill with your fists, but you can't wield a weapon. Corey, where you can roll. Mark, where you can dual wield SMGs, which is the coolest thing. And then press the RT button, flip them on opposite sides, and just be a badass and just kill all these enemies. And then Alex and Ash. Yes, 2 characters at the same time you can control. One wields a chainsaw and the other wields a gun. These characters all feel unique and different to each other, and they feel a lot more meaningful and better than Hotline Miami 1's mass. The rest of the characters feel good, but not as great or unique as the fans. Now let me talk about the story. No spoilers, of course. It's absolutely great and triumphs Hotline Miami's 1 story in every way. It's also very disturbing and will just bend and twist your mind, much like Hotline Miami 1 did, but it's on a whole nother level. And the characters you control will see Richard, who was from Hotline Miami 1, constantly haunting them, telling them their worst thoughts and their future. And it's just frightening and gives me the chills when Richard shows up. I mean, it's just intense stuff. And like Hotline Miami 1, the graphics are in 8-bit and look the same. It's more of a rough, violent, and gritty style, and I love it. It fits the game perfectly. Now gameplay. So you control your character and take down enemies for every floor with a limitless amount of weapons like Hotline Miami 1, but even more weapons than ever before. So in my review of Hotline Miami 1, I recommended that you don't use guns, especially in the beginning, and use melee weapons instead. In this game, it's the opposite. If you find a gun, use it. The thing is, there can be at least a dozen or 2 dozen enemies in 1 floor alone. So you're gonna have to be quick and use guns to take your enemies down quickly. Plus, a lot more enemies have guns, so you gotta be prepared for that. And the gameplay feels faster, intense, and it just flows meticulously well. And you have to have quick reflexes to beat this game. After you beat the game, you can unlock hard and extreme difficulty modes, and they add a ton of replayability. And the game length is much better for this game. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would take me, but I beat the game at around 8 to 9 hours. You could probably beat the game even less than that, but it took me a while just to beat the game on normal. So soundtrack. So in my review of Hotline Miami 1, I said that soundtrack was one of the best soundtracks ever. Well, this one is a million times better than Hotline Miami 1's in every way, and has 2 to 3 times the amount of tracks at around 40 9 tracks. 2 tracks I recommend you listen to get an idea of the soundtrack and the game. Listen to Le Perv and Miss Minnie. And how I would describe it is it's high octane and disturbing. So a couple of negatives for the game is it can be very disturbing, and I know I've said that a bunch of times. And then it's not just violent and grotesque, but sexually implicated as well. And there's an option in the beginning if you want to see the, what the sexual scene is in the game or not. I saw it and it's pretty fucked up. The fact that this is the final game of the Hotline Miami series, there's not going to be a third one, unfortunately, and it really sucks. But I guess I understand from the developer standpoint that there's only so much you can do, and they really went balls to the wall with this game. They went all out. They pushed the limits in this game. And the ending for this game is very much abrupt. It leaves a lot more questions than answers and just doesn't feel right. And the story goes all over the place and switches characters constantly, and the plot just gets so overblown and just ridiculous at times. It's crazy. I love the story, but it was just so hard to keep track of. And those are the main complaints I have with the game. So now to give my rating for Hotline Miami 2, and I have to give Hotline Miami 2 wrong number A. Hotline Miami 2 is bigger and better than Hotline Miami 1 in every way. And Hotline Miami fans are going to be in for a treat with this game. Gameplay, story, characters, and soundtrack are just all fantastic and just makes the game absolutely worth it. So next, I'll be working on a review for Daredevil, the new TV series on Netflix. And it just premiered on Netflix. I'm gonna watch all the episodes, work on a review. It's gonna be a lot shorter and a lot different than your prototypical TV show review that you've seen on my channel. And then after that, I'll be working on a bunch of other projects. I have a podcast with Groovy Historian that I will share with you guys. And a new Star Wars Battlefront trailer is set to premiere this Friday, so I'm gonna be doing a reaction for that trailer and reveal it to you guys, my reaction. And I might do a breakdown in the future if you guys want me to. Just want to end it right here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to please like and comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.